meaning "here I am," the traditional response when God calls someone for divine purpose in Scripture. This supernatural communication through fire patterns mirrors exactly how God spoke to Moses through the burning bush. Local witnesses report extraordinary phenomena beyond just the flames. Simultaneous power outages have affected only specific religious sites while leaving surrounding areas untouched. Electronic devices have malfunctioned in patterns that technical engineers cannot explain. Most significantly, multiple witnesses report hearing what sounded like ancient ram's horn shofars emanating from within the flames themselves. 3 senior Israeli officials have abruptly resigned within hours of witnessing these events. Religious leaders from multiple faiths have called emergency meetings to discuss the prophetic implications. Even secular authorities are struggling to explain how these fires selectively burn some structures while completely sparing others just feet away. These extraordinary events align precisely with ancient prophetic texts that predicted exactly what we're now witnessing. I'm not talking about commonly discussed prophecies, but obscure passages that contain astonishingly specific details about our current moment. The Book of Baruch, considered apocryphal by some traditions, but revered as prophetic in others, contains this passage. "In the final days, fire shall come forth from the holy city, and it shall speak with a voice of trumpets. It shall not consume what is sacred, but shall purify what surrounds it." Compare this to eyewitness accounts describing how the Jerusalem fire mysteriously avoided certain religious structures while consuming everything around them. This selective burning pattern defies natural explanation, yet perfectly matches this ancient prediction. Even more specific is the ancient text from the Damascus document discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls. It prophesies, "In the time when the nations gather against the holy city, fire shall come from the earth and heaven simultaneously, forming the letters of the sacred tongue. Those who have eyes to see will recognize the message." This precise description, fire appearing to form Hebrew letters, matches exactly what multiple witnesses documented this week. Yet these videos are being systematically removed from social media platforms within hours of being posted. The timing on the Hebrew calendar carries profound significance. These fires erupted on the 17th of Tammuz, the exact date when the walls of Jerusalem were breached before the destruction of the First Temple. Throughout Jewish history, this date has marked times when barriers between the physical and spiritual realms grow thin. Most remarkable is how these fires occurred precisely 1,335 days after the significant celestial alignment in September 2017 that matched Revelation's description of a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. Why is 1,335 significant? In Daniel, we read, "Blessed is the one who waits for and reaches the end of the 1,335 days." This mathematical precision cannot be coincidence. We're currently in what Jewish tradition calls a Shemitah year, the 7th year in a 7-year agricultural cycle when the land rests. Historical analysis shows that major prophetic events often occur during Shemitah years, creating another layer of timing confirmation. 7 individuals from different religious backgrounds have come forward with consistent testimonies about what they witnessed during the Jerusalem fire. Their accounts align in ways that cannot be dismissed as coincidence. Rabbi Eliezer Cohen, who was praying at the Western Wall, described seeing what appeared to be a Merkava, the divine chariot described in Ezekiel's vision, within the smoke patterns. He stated, "I've studied the ancient texts all my life, but seeing the Merkava with my own eyes has transformed my understanding completely." Sarah Martinez, a Christian pilgrim from America, captured video showing what appears to be flames forming into shapes resembling angels with trumpets, reminiscent of Revelation's description of angels preparing to sound trumpets before key end-time events. Imam Abdullah Nasser reported that the fire moved in patterns that formed what looked like ancient Arabic script spelling phrases from apocalyptic passages in Islamic tradition, crossing religious boundaries in its significance. Dr. David Harrell, a secular Israeli archaeologist, documented unexplainable preservation of certain historical artifacts despite being directly in the fire's path. Items that should have been destroyed remained untouched while modern structures around them were consumed. Professor Miriam Levin, a meteorologist, recorded highly unusual atmospheric conditions during the fire, including electromagnetic readings that spiked to levels typically only seen during supernatural events described in historical religious accounts.